All right, thanks for bearing with us for that technical difficulty. Anyway, what I'm here to do is tell you about what goes on in your body when you're getting these small pulses of pesticide and herbicide in the body. Remember, when you're eating food, taking a medication, breathing air with chemicals or anything in it, everything that gets ingested in the body is a signaling molecule. Those signaling molecules in your food tell the body what to do, what fluids to make, what tissue to make, and what actions to take, whether it's a neurochemical in the brain, it's insulin carrying glucose into the cells, or any other action in the body. We can't escape that fact. Food contains signaling molecules. So when you're eating an herbicide or pesticide, it's a signaling molecule as well. Now, Monsanto wants to tell us, or the science, the good science that Hugh Grant, the CEO of Monsanto, wants to rely on, is that these signaling molecules don't affect us. But what the geneticists will tell you is that it's the small pulses of daily repetition on the DNA that affect how DNA replicates. Now, they'll also tell you one truth is that DNA does morph daily. We do see deletions and insertions on your DNA every day. That happens in Mother Nature. But what doesn't happen is we don't have cross lines, cross cell lines of bacterial DNA entering plant DNA. Mother Nature doesn't set that system up, and that's what Monsanto has set up for us. So by doing that, they change a lot of things. Not only how our DNA replicates, but also the consistency of our food. So when we make these small molecular changes in the corn, in the carbohydrate content of corn, that's a signaling molecule. We're going to consume that, and it's going to direct a very different effect in our bodies than when we're eating non-genetically modified corn. Not to mention the herbicide and pesticide that come with that small chemical change in composition. So these things matter. They matter dramatically. And what Hugh Grant said in a recent NPR.org radio interview, which you can go to the website, NPR.org radio, you can hear his interview and you can download the transcript. And he says this is good science because glyphosate doesn't cause cancer. That's what he says. He also says that Monsanto is a new company, and the old Monsanto made PCBs. And he disputes that PCBs cause cancer. Never mind, they've been banned. But he feels that because glyphosate's been in the environment for 40, 50 years, it's safe. Well, what I'm here to tell you, there's a difference between what he calls good science and what we call great science. You can be precancerous for years before cancer shows up. And what they're basing their studies on is a 90-day or 3-month research study. And you don't see cancer in 90 days in anyone. You could take a tablespoon of glyphosate, put it in a gallon of water, and down it in a day, and maybe not see lasting effects in your body. But if you do that day after day after day for 10 years, I can guarantee you you're going to see, or even 10 months. But in 3 months, it's not enough time for us to see cancer. It takes 10 years for the body to develop adult onset diabetes. But you could be pre-diabetic for years, but I wouldn't say you're healthy. You're still sick when you're